The Fox and the Grapes. Once upon a time, in a lush and vibrant forest, there lived a clever and cunning fox. This fox was known far and wide for his sharp wit and resourcefulness. He prided himself on being able to outsmart anyone and find a way to get whatever he desired. One sunny afternoon, as the fox was wandering through the forest, his stomach began to growl. He had been searching for food all morning but had found nothing. Just as he was about to give up, he stumbled upon a vineyard. The vineyard was filled with rows upon rows of grapevines, heavy with ripe, juicy grapes. The fox's eyes lit up with delight. The grapes hung high above him, their deep purple hue glistening in the sunlight. They looked plump and delicious, and the fox could almost taste their sweetness. "Ah, those grapes look perfect," the fox thought to himself. "They will surely satisfy my hunger." Determined to get his paws on the grapes, the fox took a few steps back and leaped into the air. But no matter how high he jumped, the grapes remained just out of reach. He tried again and again, each time jumping higher and higher, but he still couldn't reach them. Frustrated, the fox sat down and stared at the grapes. He thought for a moment, then decided to try a different approach. He backed up even further, took a running start, and leaped with all his might. Yet again, the grapes were just beyond his grasp. The fox's frustration grew. He tried jumping from different angles, climbing nearby trees, and even using a stick to knock the grapes down, but nothing worked. The grapes seemed to taunt him, dangling just out of reach. Finally, exhausted and defeated, the fox gave up. He sat down, panting, and glared at the grapes. "Those grapes are probably sour anyway," he muttered to himself. "I didn't really want them. They're not worth my time." With that, the fox turned his back on the vineyard and trotted away, convincing himself that the grapes were not worth the effort. And so, the fox walked away, his pride intact but his stomach still empty. Moral of the story: it's easy to despise what you cannot have. Sometimes, when we fail to achieve something, we convince ourselves it wasn't worth it in the first place. This story reminds us to be honest with ourselves about our desires and efforts, rather than making excuses for our shortcomings.